welcome back. I am back with some videos. Yay, I'm so excited. You guys, I have been filming up a storm the past few days, and I have lots of great techniques that I can't wait to share with you. And today I'm going to show one of those techniques featuring paint. This is so easy and it is such a wow technique. And all you need are stamps, your paper, and a little bit of watercolor acrylic paint, and you will not believe how this technique just pops off the page and creates such a beautiful background for your stamped images. And you can use so many different kinds of stamped images. So I am using some retired Stampin' Up! Product, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you some other projects I made, including a Wizard of Oz card. I've had that stamp set for over a year and it was fun to pull that out, and I just had a lot of fun. If you enjoy coloring, my friends, this is one of the most relaxing techniques you can do. It's quick, easy, and again, it packs a real wow. So without further ado, let's start stamping. I'm going to use the Fond of Autumn stamp set, retired from Stampin' Up! Because as you know, I'm using what I have in my stash. And I have actually not used this stamp set. I think it might have gone on clearance and I decided I wanted it. So I'm really glad I did get it. I've had it for some time, but I just thought this would be a perfect image to share this technique with you guys. And I have been playing around with this technique using other stamps. So I will show you those card samples as we go through the video. But I wanted to keep this really, really simple for you guys because it is a simple technique. It's just I start getting carried away because I get so excited with the technique. I'm like, once I get going, I'm like, oh, I could do this and I could do that, which a lot of you, I think, know that about me. So this is inspired by Andy Skinner. I love his work, and I just think this is one of the coolest techniques. So I'm trying to decide if I want my sentiment here. And I actually don't want that straight across. I'm going to tilt it a bit. Now, if you are new to my channel, which many of you are, and I'm so glad you guys are here, I almost always stamp on the fly. And by that, I mean I literally just put the camera on and let it roll. And then we just hope for the best. And I just love sharing my process with you guys so you can kind of see how I just kind of evolve with the project. And if there's mistakes, you can see how I fix them or tweak them. And I don't know, I just like to pretend you guys are in the room with me, keep it real, and hopefully my goal is that my videos give you guys lots of ideas and inspiration for you guys to do at home, either using the same stamps or just use what you have. I always say that, use what you have. Okay, so I have just stamped it with Crumb Cake. This is really a beautiful stamp. And this is just going to be my outline for painting. Now, you guys, I have to tell you, I filmed a video yesterday, which will be up on my channel soon, basically using the same technique, but with different paints. And oh my gosh, if you love coloring, you are going to love this technique. It is so relaxing, so relaxing. Okay, so I am bringing in a little bit of water. And let's see, I'm going to need a brush. So you could use a water painter. I'm going to use a paintbrush. So this is a liner brush. Let me grab, I've got another brush floating around somewhere. Okay, so I'm using a brush that's a little bit thicker because I'm going to be coloring in a bigger area. And let's pull this in. My desk has all kinds of paraphernalia on it right now. I'm actually going to take this off and give myself some space. There we go. Okay, let's just put this here so you can see everything, all my paraphernalia that I've got going on. And maybe I'll just put that there. Now I am going to use regular acrylic paint. Nothing fancy. It's literally from my toll painting days. I have all kinds of paints. Oh my gosh, I got water on there. Hang on. It's okay. All right, so I am just going to squeeze out some of this paint. That's way more than what I need, but that's okay. Now I'm going to take my, oops, I don't want to use that brush. I want to use this brush. You guys, all you're going to do is you're going to color within the lines. And that's all you have to really do. Try to stay within the lines. The rest is just filling the middle sections with. I'm going to add a little bit of water to my paint to loosen it up a bit. You don't want to put on a super thick layer of paint. And that is all you're going to do. So the areas that are a little bit, finer, where I really want to make sure I get within the lines, I will go back on that with my liner brush. Or maybe I'll do that first. Let's clean this off. And I will outline the image and then fill it in. And this is where you get in the zone. Let's start up on top. And it is so relaxing. Make sure you don't have too much water on your paint because, again, you don't want to go on the outside of your stamped image. So just take your time. It really doesn't take long, but I will tell you guys, if you need some downtime and some relaxing time, guys, you got to try this. This is such a wow, and it's so easy. And once you do one, you are going to be looking at all your stamps thinking, oh my gosh, I want to do it with this stamp and I want to do it with this stamp set. So yeah, it's pretty awesome technique. Just again, be mindful of staying in the lines and not loading up your brush with too much paint, which I have, so that's why it's good to have a paper towel handy, so that you can take off your excess paint. You do want a good full coverage, but you can always go back on top with your paint. Let that first layer dry, and you want to have a smooth surface because we're going to stamp on top of this. So if you put too much paint on, you're going to get a whole different look, and maybe that's what you're going for. But bear in mind, if it's too thick and you get lines that dry hard, you're not going to get your stamp image nice and crisp and clear when you go back on top of this. So I'm going to speed up the process, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so as you can see, I've got it all covered with paint, but it's a little bit more translucent in areas than others. So I'm now going to go on top with another coat of paint. So here's my piece. It is dry, and I did put a second layer of paint on it. So this is where the magic comes in. After you've done all that relaxing painting and coloring in, you're going to stamp right back on top of this and put the details back in. And oh my gosh, when I told you I started getting all kinds of ideas, well, first of all, I'm thinking about using different colored paints. I'm thinking about different colors of ink for the outline. I'm thinking about embossing on top of this. Like, sky is the limit. Okay, so I've just inked this with my black Memento, pushing down nice and firmly. If I have to do a second stamping, I will. And see, I missed a bit, and that's probably because of that magnet. But look at all that detail that's back in there. Now, bear in mind also, whoops, guess that's where that's going. Bear in mind, you are stamping on paint. You are putting ink on paint, so it's not going to absorb and dry as fast as it would if you were stamping directly onto paper, right? But just look at that. Isn't that just so fun? So many possibilities, right? That, you know, the sky is really the limit with this. Okay, so I am going to zap that with the heat tool to get that ink dry. I am so pleased with that. Such a fun way to use our stamps. And I am going to go ahead and finish this card. So I'm pulling in the Stitched with Whimsy dies. And this paper, I don't know if I mentioned, it's 4 by 5 1/4 Crumb Cake. So this one is not going to cut it out. It's just going to add that stitching look. Let me show you what that looks like. See, that's perfect for this design. Love it. And then I'm going to use, I think, a deckled rectangular frame for cutting it if it fits properly. Let's see what I've got here. That's too small. And that's just right. Okay. And then we'll just cut that out and put it on the card. So I'm just going to adhere this to a basic beige card base that I found in my stash, and it's a nice contrast to the crumb cake. So obviously I had a card here before and took it off, but look at that. I think that's perfect. And then the sentiment, I'm just going to use the Just a Note that's part of this stamp set. So I am thinking, as I'm looking at this, I do want to go on those berries with my black marker. This is a really old Stampin' Up! Journaling marker. So I'm just going to go on top of those berries where I just want it to be a little bit darker. I think the rest is fine. So I've been going through my embellishments and I came across these. I have no idea what they were called, but they're absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these onto the card. There. And one thing I did forget to do that I wanted to was add some ink splatters. So I'm going to bring in my water and my brush, pick up a little bit of that paint. Should have done it before I put the embellishments on, but like I said, I forgot all about it. So That's what I'm going to do. A bit more water, a bit more paint. There we go. That's what it needed. A few little splatters. And of course, I'll let that dry. But it's amazing how a little splatter makes a difference. So there you go, my friends. Super easy technique, and I know you're going to love it. It is just so much fun, so relaxing, so easy, and you can do this with so many stamps. So I hope you come back and leave me a comment and let me know how your cards and projects turn out using this technique. And I will also share some other cards at the end of this video that I made using this technique to give you some more ideas. So thanks for watching, my friends. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Until next time, take care and happy stamping.